Welcome back to the SKC 5 Fighter Interview Show. I'm your host, Brandon Halley. Today I'm here by Tremaine Davenport, fighting out of No Worries Academy. Shout out to all of our sponsors, Shipsco, Dynamite Kickboxing, Virtue Concrete, and Project Pantheon. Tremaine, what's good with you, bro? How you doing?
Hey, good morning, man. How you doing today?
Good, man. Tremaine, I want to get right to it, man. 2 weeks, title fight. Really exciting. I know it was supposed to be a King of the Ring tournament where we have 4 fighters fighting twice a night for the title. That unfortunately fell apart, but I think we still are able to put on the banger show with you and Cam. So I want to get right to it, man. Can you talk to me a little bit about how you got started in martial arts?
Yeah, man. I started when I was like 19, 20 years old. I went to college. I went to USC Upstate. And some of the guys there, they were doing something in the gym. They were moving around. And I just started, I don't know, I had an interest in it. Started moving around with those guys. And then the summer after my freshman year of college, I met I met my former coach, Hafiz. And I started doing Muay Thai. And then from there on, I started, started competing. And then as the time went on, I got more and deeper into it, and it became more of my passion. But yeah, man, it's been nice, man.
Coach
Uh,
Hafiz at Manifest Martial Arts.
yeah, Hafiz Hakim. Yeah, he was
Oh, awesome.
he was my first Muay Thai coach.
Yeah, shout out to Coach Hafiz, man. He's such an awesome guy.
He's a
He
great.
barely knows me, but he treats me like one of his boys, man. So he's such a nice guy. Respect to him. Talk to me about what made the switch from you from being a Manifest over to No Worries Academy.
I was in Manifest before it was Manifest. Honestly, it was like I said, it was about 3, 4 years ago when I stopped training with Hafiz. But I went over to the UFC gym and I was training over there for a little while. And I was doing MMA. I was trying to make the transition more into MMA. I was doing kickboxing just to get my start, to get my striking where I wanted it to be, so I could make the transfer over to MMA. That was always the end goal for me. And so when I went over to UFC gym, it was a good home. Hafiz was over there as well. So and then as things transitioned, I about a year ago, I saw an ad for No Worries, and I reached out to the coach, Carl Reed, and went over there, had a meeting with him, and he showed me nothing but love. And the teammates, the fighters over there, they've shown me nothing but, they just brought me in and brought me in as a family. And it's been a great gym, honestly, and it's been a great gym for me to grow as a fighter and as a man. So it's been great, honestly. It's been a great journey.
Yeah, man. So talk to me about your journey coming from the kickboxing to the MMA world. So talk to me about some of the challenges you faced from your first fight and how that has taken you to today. What are some of the biggest lessons you've been able to learn from the challenges you faced?
Yeah, my first fight, I would say that the nerves got the best of me. You know what I mean? It was, I lost my first fight, honestly, and it was a great experience. Not looking back on it, I learned a lot, and it just, it took me more to prepare. It made me look at my approach as going into fights more as far as like how I prepare and prepare physically and prepare mentally, and that's just something I've taken into account with all my fights going forward. Because it's not a game that we play in there. It's very dangerous, and you want to go out there and compete. You want to compete at your best, and you want to perform at your best. So yeah, man. But I appreciate that loss. It made me grow as a person and as a man. So it was great. And moving forward as that, I've just gotten more deeper into the psychology that goes behind fighting and the mindset that it takes to compete at a high level, and and just have fun as well. I love what I do, and I'm grateful to be able to go out there and do what I do. And I think that's something I try not to take for granted, that I am grateful that I am able to go out there and compete.
Talk to me about the psychology aspect. So everyone has their own styles of getting ready for fights. Some guys are loose. Some guys get into the more than war mentality. Which side of the spectrum do you fall on? And when did you figure out that that was the right approach for you?
Uh, I would definitely say I take a little bit of both, but I take more of the war mentality. Uh, I go in there and I'm ready for anything. I'm ready to lay it all on the line. You know what I mean? I prepare for that. I prepare mentally. I prepare my body physically to where like I can take anything and I can give anything out. I can give 100%. And psychologically, I try to get my mind to where it is able to focus for the whole amount of the fight. I feel like that's something that is not talked about as as a fight goes on, we begin to lose focus sometimes, and it becomes mentally draining. And I want to be able to, as time is going on, I've been able to stay focused throughout the fight a lot better. And stay locked in to those moments and not lose my focus and not lose focus on the game plan.
Talk to me a little bit about your Coach Carl Reed. Talk to me about the biggest lesson you've been able to learn fighting under him.
Yeah, man, Carl Reed, man, he's great, man. This guy, he brought me in with open arms, and this guy is he's a former fighter. He's been in the fire. He's a competitor. He's still competing now, so he's always he's always had the mindset of preparing and proper preparation and gratitude and going out there and just competing. And that's the main thing. Just show up every day, 1% better every day. And, with that mindset, the sky's the limit. You can achieve anything. So I appreciate Carl Reed a lot. And I'm thankful for him. I'm thankful for my other coach, my Boston coach, Vince Seabrook at Peace Body Movement. And, but Carl Reed, man, his mindset and what he has been able to achieve is something that I respect a lot. So it's been great. It's been great being over there and just being under the wings of that because he's taken a lot of arrows. He's been at the highest level, so I respect him. I respect all my coaches.
Talking about the gym environment also. So, No Worries Academy is quickly becoming one of the best gyms in the Southeast. Uh, oh, can you hear me?
Sorry about that, buddy.
No, you good. You good? Can you still hear me? We're good.
Yeah, we're good, buddy.
Okay, cool. Just making sure. So talk to me about your gym a little bit. So, like I said, No Worries Academy is quickly becoming one of the best gyms in the Southeast in terms of all combat. Talk to me about some of the killers you get to train with every single day, and how have they improved you?
Oh yeah, man, we got some killers over there, man. Just starting with we got my guy Majid Corbett. My phone keeps messing up, man. But yeah, we got my guy Majid Corbett, and that guy's he's undefeated. He's making ranks. He just won the nationals last year in MMA, and I don't know, man. That guy right there, he's pushed me to limits that I never thought I could push myself. I respect him a lot, and he's been doing a lot of big things, and I know there's a lot of great things for him to come in the future. We also got my guy George Riley. He's doing big things. Both of them are fighting on the card as well. So, that's great. I love to fight with my teammates and I love to fight with my guys because we've been putting in work in the gym. We got my guy Anthony Collins. He's doing big things. We also have Gustavo Martinez. All these guys, they're doing big things. They just won at Showcase MMA a couple weeks ago, and they just competed in a jiu-jitsu tournament last weekend, and everybody did really good. And these guys right here, they've been competing for a little while now. They've been competing together as far as in wrestling. And so, they brought me into the family, and the mindset that these guys have is it's incredible. I believe the sky's the limit for any of my teammates. And then not even just them, we have a lot of wrestlers at my gym. At No Worries Academy, we have a wrestling program with a lot of the high school wrestlers and things like that. And seeing the dedication that those guys bring in every day, it has nothing. It can only inspire you. So it's great, man. I'm in a great place at my gym. It's nothing but love in there. It's nothing but hard work, and everybody respects each other.
Yeah, Majid too. And I was just checking this last night. Majid's the number one ranked featherweight in the state of South Carolina, undefeated guy. Fought for the U.S. the Gamma USA and May team. And of course, he's doing the kickboxing for this card also. So I'm really excited. Talk to me a little bit about what it's like fighting in front of your home crowd. What does it mean to fight in front of your family and friends?
That's nice. It's something I've been having to get used to. Because when I first started out, I was fighting at the beach. I was fighting in Myrtle Beach. I was fighting in the IKF East Coast Classic. And, that's like 4 hours away from where I stay. I stay in Greenville. So it was a lot different, not fighting in front of people that you know. But it's something that I've been getting used to. And I like it. I like it a lot. You don't have to you don't have to travel per se. you can wake up at your house, you can sleep in your own bed and stuff like that. So it's great. But yeah, I like it. It's cool.
Tell me about, you mentioned earlier you wanted to make the transition to MMA. Obviously, your background is striking, is
Mhm.
kickboxing, Muay Thai. But what brings you back into the kickboxing world? Why not just focus on the MMA, especially since the Warriors Academy is a big MMA school?
Very true. Well, I feel like something that my coach says is, you want to take on every opportunity, and you want to take advantage of the things that are in your place. And I feel like going out there and competing in something like this, a kickboxing tournament. Well, it was going to be a kickboxing tournament, but a kickboxing fight is something I can gain more experience in. The guy I'm going against, he's a formidable opponent. I respect him. I've watched his fights and stuff like that. So it's a great fight, something to learn from, and something to keep pushing forward. I like to compete and I love to fight. So and I started out with kickboxing, so why not, go back and try it out. I was looking forward to it being a tournament because I was wanting to fight twice in one night and get that experience. But just fighting one time is great too because it's a 5 round fight, so I'm prepared for anything.
Tell me about what it means to be able to fight for a title for SKC. Like you said, this will be a 5 round fight against a really formidable opponent. So, what does this mean? What does this fight mean to you?
Uh, I mean, honestly, it means a lot because it's a kickboxing fight and it's in my hometown, and I'm grateful for the opportunity. And it's to me personally, it's just another fight. I look at every fight the same. I approach it the same. I put in the same work, and I might have put in a little bit more miles this fight because it's a 5 round fight as far as my running and my cardio. But uh, every fight is a title fight in my opinion. As far as like the work that you put in. So I'm looking at this like any other fight. I'm just ready to go out there and compete and just do my thing, have fun.
And having fun you will. Talk to me about some of your favorite fighters and how they have influenced your styles.
Okay, yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm a big fan of, if we're talking about kickboxing, I'm a big fan of Nicky Holzkin. I'm a big fan of Boy Cow. I like what he's doing. Jonathan Du Bois, he's in one championship. I like what he's doing. And in MMA, I'm a big fan of Tapor. I like his style, stand and bang type of style.
Mhm.
And there's a lot of good fighters out there. Uh, I'm a big fan of Max Holloway as well. That stand and strike style that he has. And I'm trying to think of who else. Some good fighters out there. And if we talk about boxing, I'm a big fan of Lomachenko. I like his footwork. I feel like his footwork transfers over into like kickboxing and MMA.
Yeah, so clean, and he's such a volume striker too. I just love the fact that he could use his footwork to stay in that pocket longer and then unleash five, six, seven, eight punch combo. That's always so beautiful to watch. My coach Isaac, my boxing coach Isaac, he loves Lomachenko. I mean, he's really got me into loving the art of boxing. Because I came from the Muay Thai background, so I was like, nah, I don't need to watch boxing. I don't need to watch that. But the more I watch, the more impressed I get. So
Yeah, 100.
yeah, shout out to Lomachenko, man.
Yeah. My boxing coach, he put me on. My boxing coach Vince, he put me on to Marvin Hagler as well, and that old school style of just pressing forward and being aggressive the whole time. So I'm impressed by that stuff.
Yeah, man.
Learn something
Um, yeah, of course. Talk to me about um when you decided fighting was for you. So you started training. Um, but obviously, guys will start training and they'll fight and then they decide, oh, maybe fighting's not really for me.
from. Uh
So
huh.
talk to me about the moment that it really clicked in your head that fighting was something that you were born for, uh, you're born to do, but also why do you keep coming back into the ring?
Uh, I feel like I like to test myself, and I feel like that I like to see what I can achieve. And honestly, after my first fight, lost, I felt like I needed to come back, and it was so much fun. Even though I lost, it was so much fun being under the lights, and I'm not gonna lie, having all the attention on me going in there and scrap, it's something that I love. I love it. I love, I love giving out punishment, of receiving it as well. So it's a part of the game, and I love the game. I love the game of fighting. I love the mindset that goes into it. I love the art of war, and I love everything that it brings out of you as a person. I feel like it makes you grow and it makes you really test yourself and dig deep. You can't get that with a lot of things out here in life. There's not a lot of real things out here in life, and I feel like this is one of the true real things that are left as far as martial arts. So I respect it a lot, and I owe my life to it a little bit. I love fighting. I love martial arts.
You just said you owe your life to a little bit. So obviously, I mean, I could say the same thing, right? My life has improved in so many different ways from martial arts, but can you give me a specific instance where you look back and said, "Yep, oh, excuse me, my camera," where you look back and said, "My life has really changed because of martial arts," and then how?
Yeah, I would say that when I was earlier in my 20s, I was a lot more emotional, and I was a lot as far as how I dealt with things in my life. And when I started doing martial arts, it helped me calm down and it helped me be able to be in tune with my thoughts and my emotions a lot more, because you have to when you're doing martial arts. Have to be able to control yourself in any type of situation. And I felt like with martial arts and with fighting, it's given me a different perspective on life, and it's it's been a beautiful thing, man. I mean, of course, there's dark moments, there's high moments. This it's the highest of highs and the lowest of lows. So when you lose, you really can be in some low moments, but you have to be able to pull yourself out of those moments and realize at the end of the day that it's just a fight. And the day goes on, that just gotta love it. Take everything for what it is. At this point, and I'm just grateful to God that I'm able to do my thing and just go out there and compete. I'm really grateful for that, honestly.
That's one thing that I've taken a lot of notice. You mentioned gratitude, being thankful for what you do. And this is something that you've consistently come back to throughout this interview too. You're thankful for that opportunity. You're thankful for martial arts. You're thankful that you're able to do this. And I have a lot of respect for that. I feel like, um, being open about my fight, the mindset into fighting. Sometimes I question whether this is something I can continue to do, just because obviously it's not easy, right? Not everyone's built to do this.
Mm.
Um, but hearing you talk about you have to be grateful that you can do this, and I am grateful that I can do this. Because like you said, not everyone can do this. We have guys in a gym; they're hobbyists. There's absolutely nothing wrong with being hobbyists, right? People can do this as a hobby, as a weight loss thing, right? It's just as an activity. But like you said, you want to challenge yourself, and I'm grateful that I can challenge myself in this setting also. And I'm really excited to see you challenge yourself against Cam in a 5-round title fight. I'm really really excited to watch that in person, and hopefully we can talk after the fight, and I can get an interview with you then also. Before we start wrapping it up, I want to get to some more of the fun questions. So you mentioned Max Holloway. Let's talk UFC 300. I'm gonna assume you watched 300.
I did. I did.
Give me a fight that you enjoyed most, because I mean the entire card was a banger. So give me one fight. I'm gonna make you choose one fight that you enjoyed the most and why.
All right. I'll have to say one fight that was really slept on. I don't feel like a lot of people are talking about, and that's the Yan and Wei Li Zhang. That was probably my favorite fight of the night. Of course, the main event, that wasn't the main event, but the fight with Max Holloway and Gaethje was a really big and great fight. But the Yan and Wei Li Zhang fight, that was an incredible fight. They showed a lot of different techniques, a lot of different grit. I mean, I think after the first round, at the end of the first round, she almost got submitted. And she came back in the second and third. She put up a good fight. I mean, she didn't win, but Zhang pulled it out at the end. I think that was a good fight, man. That was probably my favorite fight that I've seen in a little while now, just because how those girls they went at it, those females, and that was a good scrap. I was impressed. There was so many different techniques in that fight that it's hard not to be impressed by that, and it's MMA. So I like to see that
For sure,
grappling.
for sure. Talk to me about some of your favorite food that you like to go to during your weight cut, and what do you like to eat after your fight?
Yeah. Now this weight cut's gonna be a little different because I've never fought. Well, I shouldn't say I've never. I haven't fought at 125 in a little while now, so I'm going to have to cut a lot more weight for this one. So, as far as my diet, I'm still trying to figure that out. I might, stick to the basis of just chicken and rice and just portion it down. You know, I stick to my tropical grill, my chicken and rice, and my vegetables and things of that nature. Try to keep it clean. Nothing, not cut out all my candy and stuff like that. Only drink water. But after the fight, I mean after the weigh-ins though, I think I might go to give me some Cheesecake Factory, give me some Korean barbecue chicken, fried chicken with some rice. Sounds good. That sounds really good. I ain't gonna get no cheesecake though, but yeah, I'm gonna get something really big. Maybe even some pasta. Bricks Wood Fire Pizza on Woodruff Road. They got some really good Cajun pasta. It's incredible. So I might get that afterwards. It depends.
Sounds like the plan, brother. Uh, Give me your um, favorite striking drill and your favorite strength and conditioning drill.
My favorite striking drill. I'd have to say, hmm, I would like to say jab sparring is my favorite striking drill because I feel like jab is one of the most useful things in combat sports. The jab and the teep is probably one of the most important things, but in my personal opinion, I like the jab a little bit more, and I feel like the jab is one of the most important punches that can be thrown. And what was the second question again?
The strength and conditioning, favorite strength and conditioning.
Kicks. 10, 10, 9, 8, 7, 1, all the way down.
Yep.
I like to throw my kicks fast, so in repetition. So that's
Yeah.
I like that a lot.
I mean, it's so satisfying watching ties just hit the
Yeah,
head
yeah,
pads over and over and over again like that at that speed. So yeah, we call those pyramids at my gym. I love making my students doing pyramids. I love doing pyramids myself. So,
yeah.
um, and one more question, and if not, no worries. Do you have any hidden talents that we don't know about?
Good question. I mean, I don't know if you would consider it a talent, but I'm a pretty good snowboarder.
Really?
Yeah,
That is pretty cool.
yeah, I got into snowboarding about 2 years ago, and it's become a passion of mine. And during the wintertime, I love snowboarding. Actually, I bought me a board and everything.
Cool, cool. I just went first time the last February actually. I went up in Sugar Mountain, North Carolina.
Are you went
Um,
to Sugar?
yeah, I went to Sugar. Yep, I busted my ass constantly. But I had a blast. I want to go back again for sure.
Yeah, I love snowboarding, man. It's one of the funnest things. It takes my mind off fighting.
Absolutely. Any last shout out you want to give out?
I just want to give a shout out to my gyms, No Words Academy and Peace Body Boxing. That's where I do my boxing and stuff like that. And looking forward to going out there and scrap. Can't wait to see you, Cam. Can't wait to go out there and scrap, man. I'm looking forward to it.
I'm looking forward to it also, so is the audience. Guys, come watch Tremaine Davenport fight live May 11th at the Foundry in Greenville, South Carolina, fighting for the title, 5 rounds for the kickboxing title. Thank you to our sponsors, Shipsco, Dynamite Kickboxing, Project Pantheon, Virtue Concrete. You're not going to want to miss this one.